Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to TD Fans Talk on another beautiful day. It is an amazing, beautiful Friday, especially outside where I am. Y'all see that natural light coming in, and that's all natural. I don't use no lights or nothing during the day. That good natural light is always best. It always illuminates, what time it is. But this is TD Fans Talk, guys. Thank y'all for tuning in today. It is Friday. We have the scrimmage tomorrow, and we have some great news about the scrimmage. Flores did say that it's going to be ran like it's a game. So they're not going to treat it like a little scrimmage and things like that. They're going to run it like a real game. And that's exciting to get some real game time playing action. So I'm excited about that. Not only that, guys, today we're going to be talking about Devante Parker and his agent and what he had to say recently and how Devante Parker ended up linking back in Miami. This is exciting news. But make sure y'all check out dolphinstalk.com where you can get all things Dolphins. And this is TD Fit. So I'm going to try my best today, the whole day, to keep it down some because I'm trying not to lose my voice, guys. It started get cracking yesterday, but I'm here and I'm trying my best not to lose my voice, guys. So y'all bear with me. I'm going to get crazy TD today. Hopefully, you know how I'm easily triggered in the comment section, but I'm just kidding, guys. You know how it is. Shout out to Angel who's in the room. Brandon, what's up, man? What's good with you, Jeff? I'm happy you're here. What's up, Austin? Can you make me a moderator? Brandon, just email me at tdfanstalk@yahoo.com, and then we'll talk about that, and hopefully we can do that sooner than later. I got the notifications. Rip, Tupac got the notifications. Man, is this a new day? Is this a new day, Rip? I mean, I'm about to see Rip. I'm trying to save my voice, and you about to get me too excited today, man. Chill, Rip. You could have told me that in a private message. You done got me excited like the YouTube is paying us some attention. We 2 minutes in and we got 25 people in the room, 26 and counting. So maybe people are getting the notifications, man. I hope so. But, in about 20 minutes, somebody's going to say, I didn't get it. But we'll see, man. We shall see. I am a moderator for Doug. Again, Brandon, just hit me up because I do have some guidelines that I have to, make sure of first. And then I'll take care of you, man. I just like that. So hit me up, man. What's up, Enzo? I see you. What's up, Seer guy? And I'm sorry, everybody, if I already missed saying what's up with you, man. I just got my notification also. Yeah, okay. What's up, TD? I just got the notification. I'm glad y'all got the notification. Everybody talk about notifications. Now, see what you done started, real. If you think about it, it's a new day. Yes, it is, man. It's a beautiful new day. We had some football last night. The football season is here, so we're in the action, y'all. I know we haven't started the action yet, but we're in it. Football season is here. We have started. It's time to go, man. It is time for us to, man, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Y'all may think I'm weird. Think what you want. It's none of my business what y'all think about me. And so you can think I'm weird, but I was dreaming about us last night. I was dreaming about our team last night. I was literally dreaming about a situation of us in the playoffs. And literally everybody was just attacking us. I mean, I had a dream literally like people were attacking us. Oh, you made the playoffs. Y'all ain't nothing. You never will be. Weren't you? And then I was just clapping back. Just like, weren't you the same people who say we were going to win 0 games? Weren't y'all the same people who say we were going to win 3 games? What? I'm trying to save my voice today. And I'm over here getting worked up off of a dream. Y'all see that? I got to keep sipping this water, man. I'm sorry. Got to get it in me, man. You froze for a minute, TD. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on, man. I'm over here playing Madden 20. You ain't about that life, Jeff. I'll beat you in it. Enzo got the notification. Go Fins. What's up, TD? I got the notification, and I called you last night. What up, Brandon? I remember, man. I remember. We signed Nick DeLuca. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that later in another stream. I just ran across this article last night before I went to sleep. I wanted to make sure I covered this first. And then we're going to get into some of the business of the day, some of the things Flores saying. We're going to talk about the new linebacker, what that means for the linebacking core. We're going to be talking about several things today. Practice was a wash. It was really walkthroughs. It was nothing real at practice today. I'll give you an update on it later anyway, but with nothing real. It was supposedly a walkthrough, and they didn't even have it outside. They took it in the bubble due to the weather, the inclement weather. So I'm gonna give you everything I got today. We're gonna go in. We're gonna do what we do. And all moderators, make sure you add me on the YouTube chat because we're about to get rolling in the things that we're gonna be doing. So make sure you tune in and are active on the chat, the Mod Squad group in the YouTube Messenger that we have, the group that we have. So y'all check it out. And everyone who's reached out to me, I've had actually like 11 people asked to be a mod. I've only actually had communication with like 4 people, asking them questions and then telling them what to do to become a mod. All the rest of you you got to check your email on what I sent you and things like that. All right. If you didn't get it, make sure you send it again so that I can make sure you're straight. Bro, I do not know how to do that. Okay. Gosh, it's my fault. It's my fault, Chad. It's my fault. It's my fault, my fault, my fault. Matter of fact, everybody's just going to bear with me. Thank everybody for bearing with me. I'm going to do it right now. It should take me less than a minute, okay? I told y'all yesterday, and I didn't do it yet, that I was going to add the link to add me on the instant messenger, the YouTube messenger, okay? I told y'all I was going to add the link there so you didn't have to worry about it anymore. So let's do that right now. So y'all bear with me for just 1 second. If I can figure out a way to do that. The easiest way to do it is on my phone because the screen view is looking a little harder to do it. Yeah, give me a second. Bear with me, guys. All right, so I'm going to YouTube on my phone, and I'm going to go to the messaging portal of my channel. Messages. And I'm going to go to friends. Yes, share link. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to copy the link. And where do I put it? Since it's on my phone and I need to do it on my desktop. I am tripping all the way. All right, here's what I'm going to do. Do y'all all you have to do is go to my community tab on YouTube. Go to my community tab, which I'm trying to do. All right. I'm posting it right now on my community tab, the link to add me as a friend on YouTube where you can direct message me. It is up. The link is officially up right now on my community tab where you can add me. Let me see if it's on there. Let me check it on the desktop. 1 second. Yep, it's right there. Bingo. Now, let me see if I can copy this. Copy. Now, let me go to my settings and put it in my video description so that every video will have it. Thank y'all for bearing with me on this. For what? His live stream? No, this is direct messaging because I started some YouTube groups where, say, I have a group for all the mods where we chat back and forth all day. Y'all can message me individually because I'm tired of saying go to my email, tdfinstalk@yahoo.com. That's just a separate platform when everything can actually stay on here. YouTube, like a month ago, they allow you to do messaging now, direct messaging back and forth. So it's pretty cool. So I'm setting that up now. So every video going forward, I can just reference to in my description section. You'll see the link to add me as a direct friend on YouTube. So we can message each other on YouTube. And also I can add groups of mods, whatever groups we want to add. So I'm just finishing the last process of that now. Okay, default uploads, upload defaults. Here we go. Bam. All right, so I'm gonna put it right here under subscribe and hit that like button. All right. To add me as a YouTube friend for messaging purposes. Click the following link. All right, enter, paste. All right, I think that did it. Oh man, I think that did it, guys. So go check it out. Hopefully it did it. All right. hopefully that took care of it, and we'll be all good. All right. I'll check my email, Brandon. But going forward, you can click that link. It should, even on this video now, once it's reloaded, it should be at the bottom at the description portion of this video. So we all good on that now. Now, without further ado, I know that, I mean, we're 10 minutes in. Let's go ahead and start for the day, guys, on this live stream. All right, so Devante Parker's agent basically speaks out. It's no drama, no bad things, but he basically gives us the ins and out, spills the tea on what's going on, okay? And yeah, I see y'all with the notifications now coming through that you're connected with me now. I got like 7 people already connected through the messenger. That's all you got to do, guys. I got another 2 people. So that's all you have to do. Add me on the messenger. And if you're a mod, make sure you write to me, hey, don't forget I'm a mod. Add me to the mod squad group. So don't forget that either, guys, all right? Here we go. So Devante Parker's agent basically, I guess another case, spilled the beans, basically letting us know what was going on and how Devante Parker ended up back with the Dolphins. And you know what? I'm not going to per se just read the article. I'm just going to basically talk about it because I already read it in its entirety. So basically, we already know the backdrop of Devante Parker, his agent last year. Adam Gase kept saying he was hurt. The agent was getting frustrated. We didn't know at the time. And then all of a sudden, the agent came out to the public and said Adam Gase is a liar, pretty much. I don't know if y'all remember that. Adam Gase is a liar. That's what he said, all right? He was, and we were like, what is he talking about? And then he said, my client is healthy. And Adam Gase keeps lying, making it seem like he's unhealthy, and that's why he's not playing. So it made us scratch our head like, what's going on? Is he healthy or is he not healthy? And the very next week, Devante Parker played. And that's when he had that beast of a game. If I'm not mistaken, he had like 150 yards. I'm estimating the numbers because I remember it was up there. He had like 150 yards, some touchdowns. And I remember in that same game, I think it was the Houston game, if I'm not mistaken. You know, it's a lot of stuff happened last year. In that same game, I remember he was wide open for another touchdown, and leave it to Osweiler. He overthrew the ball. But I remember he balled out that game. And I was like, dang, was Adam Gase lying this whole time? And the agent basically gave an inside scoop on it and said he had to do what he had to do. And this is where it gets interesting. And it made me question. I mean, I can't speak for Adam Gase. I can't make the assumption that Adam Gase is a fraud. That's why even on the title I put a question mark. But is Adam Gase a fraud, man? The agent is basically in this article kind of explaining that Adam Gase was trying to use Devante Parker as a scapegoat. And if you don't know what I'm saying when I say that, I'm talking about the agent came out on this article and said, my client was healthy. And every week he would list him on the injury list. And I kept saying, well, what's going on? Until I just had enough because I'm an agent. I have to do my job. You can't devalue the value of my player as being his agent. So I came out and said that my Adam Gase is a liar. My client is healthy, which put pressure on Gase to actually play him the very next week. And he had a monster game. Do y'all remember that? Hopefully you do. So the agent goes on to basically say, basically in so many words, that Adam Gase was using him as an excuse of why we weren't doing well. And I hate to believe that coaches do things like that, but we all knew Adam Gase was on the hot seat. Midway through the season, we already knew Adam Gase was on the hot seat, the way things were going. So at that point, I'm curious, did Adam Gase get into the position of saying, well, I got to make it seem like I know we're already dealing with injuries, but I got to make it even worse so I can keep my job? Is that what happened? Devante Parker's hurt, basically creating excuses. And I think what ultimately ended his tenure with the Dolphins were things like that Stephen Ross and Greer had to take into consideration, because that was a slap in the face. And the agent basically said, you're devaluing my client. This is a nice young man, and I think that he could be something special in this NFL if he could just stay healthy. Even his agent said that, y'all. Even his agent said that he thinks Devante Parker can be special. It's just really at this point in his career is a matter of staying healthy. And if you talk to real Dolphin fans that know football, most of them would admit that Devante Parker is a good talent, and he has the potential to actually be a big-time receiver. But the real knock is, can he stay healthy to be able to produce that? And I love how the agent gave perspective on it. He didn't say if my client remains healthy for 16 games, he's going to be a beast of a receiver and all this and that. All he said was, do you remember the first game he came back when Gase finally played him, even though he was healthy the whole time? He said he put up a monster game over almost 150 yards in the touchdowns. And imagine Devante Parker doing that only 8 games a season. Not every game, but only 8 games a season. He would be a major threat in the NFL. And he's right. 8 times, you can half the season he can perform, and he would be a monster in the NFL. And when you put things into that type of perspective, how could you give up on a young talent like this just because he got the injury bug a little bit young in his career? Some guys really do bounce back from those things. So he goes on to talk about, how did Devante Parker end up back with Miami? The agent was very transparent. He was upfront. He was open in this article. He said, the truth is, he called Devante, and he said, if Miami doesn't want to pick up your 5th-year option, pretty much worth $9.4 million, which we don't expect them to do, where would you like to play so I can get to work? And guess what Devante Parker's answer was? And it made me feel a whole lot better about the type of receiver that we have on this roster, Devante Parker. He said, I want to be a Miami Dolphin. I want to be a Miami Dolphin. Straight up. And his agent said, good, because I want you to be a Miami Dolphin as well. Let me get to work. His agent went back to the table and made a phone call to Greer right away. And the agent asked Greer, this is what's crazy. This is actually a small little inside look of the agent versus GM stance. And they give you a little small, he gives you a little small look of the exchange. He said, so I called General Manager Chris Greer a few days before players could begin signing with other teams on March 13th. Here's how the conversation went. I said, Chris, would you like Devante to be here? His reaction was, can I think about that? Can I think about that one? Whew, that's a tough way to start, if you ask me. Do you want Devante to be here? Can I think about that one? Just straight up. So he goes on. Shout out to Art Keith. Hey, I appreciate that, Art Keith, with the donation on the channel. And y'all better look out for me and Art Keith. He's a music artist. He makes songs. He does videos. He does all those type of things. And believe it or not, we actually got a collab going. He already sent me his, the instrumental. He sent me his hook, his chorus, all of that. And I already finished the first verse, and I'm working on the second verse now. I'm sorry, that's a side note, guys. So y'all make sure y'all check my boy out, man. We doing some music together. So this one, y'all like this one, man. It's division based. That's all I'll give y'all. I ain't gonna tell y'all what it's about, but it's strictly division based. Okay. All right, it's strictly division based, and I'm loving it already. Shout out to Art Keith Music, man. We gonna make this one big, Art Keith. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate you being here, man. But yeah, Chris Greer basically said, "Can I think about? Can I get think about that one?" He said, "I want to play." Wait, I'm sorry, I'm reading the same thing. He was intrigued by it and wanted to talk to Coach Brian Flores. Now, when the agents say he was intrigued about it, like, well, let me talk to Coach Flo. He didn't do a lot of thinking. He got right back to me. So basically, he must have called Flo, blah, 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 and called Devante Parker's agent right back. Now, this is the funny part. You know, the agent and the Greer don't want to budge. They like, what's going on? So he said, what do you, basically Greer called him back and said, what do you have in mind? And the agent said, what do you have in mind? Because, you know, the real deal is they talk about money, okay? What do you have in mind? No, what do you have in mind? You know, nobody want to give up where they want to start, but it's just a simple fact that Greer had much more faith in Devante Parker. This isn't a case where Greer, because obviously, if you ask me, they were going to release that contract. They were going to release that contract. Devante Parker wouldn't have been a Dolphin, especially with everything he had been through. But this is a good sign for Chris Greer to even say, what are you thinking about? What do you have in mind, pretty much? Let me hear this, because that means that this organization does believe in Devante Parker. That's all the evidence we need right there. You tell the agent, what do you have in mind? That means at a certain price, we definitely want Devante Parker. That tells me Flores said, heck yeah, I would love him on this roster, but it depends. What's the money looking like? What's the money looking like? I mean, we're not going to pay the $9.4 million, but what are they talking? What are they talking, right? A handful. Now, here's the inside information. The agent said there were a handful of other teams interested. And when you say handful, I always give it for face value. 5 other teams. I'm going to give it for face value. Handful. Whatever. Because, I mean, I don't think you can fit more than that in your hand with your fingers on. But anyway, 5 teams I would assume that were interested. But Gould was determined to get something done with Miami because that is where his client's preference was. And above all, I'm just happy that Devante wanted to be a Dolphin remaining. I mean, who want to leave Miami? Y'all already know what time it is. Within 24 hours, the sides had reached a deal. Guys, they reached a deal within 24 hours. That shows you, it ain't no question Devante wanted to remain, but that shows you the Dolphins wanted Devante Parker to remain with this team. Young talent, look where you drafted him. Gosh. And don't let him turn out, Don't let him turn out to be legit. That means Greer would start to look like he has somewhat of an impeccable first-round draft history in the last 5 years on this team. If Devante Parker blossoms this year, we got to give it up to Greer, because look at his track record for first-round picks at that point. If Devante Parker emerged, you could put him down in look, he drafted Devante Parker, Mika Fitzpatrick, Christian Wilkins. Harris got to step up. But y'all get my point, Laramie Tunsil, which fell to us. It's crazy. But anyway, that's amazing, man. So they reached a deal right away. Now, he was slotted to get $9.4 million in 1 year. If you remember, when was I talking about that? Back in about February. If y'all remember in February, I was talking about the salaries and all this and that, where we have certain players on the team. Everybody said, Devante's gone. Devante's gone. And I used to tell y'all, yeah, he gone. But don't be surprised if you don't see him on this roster. Don't be surprised if they don't pull Devante Parker in the office, him and his agent, and saying, instead of giving you a $9.4 million deal, can we extend that? Can we give you a 2-year, $12 million deal? Something like that. And some people, they were like, he's gone, period. And I said, the money, you got to understand, if you think that this is a fully tapped well, if you think that we've tapped this well to its full potential, you don't know. I mean, come on now. Y'all smarter than that. Y'all smarter than that, man. TD is a know-it-all. I ain't a know-it-all, not at all, man. I just tell y'all what I know, and time tells itself. I'm wrong at times. I said Tannehill would be restructured. Remember? Obviously, I didn't know it all. So, but I did tell y'all that Devante Parker was one of those moments where you might see a restructure on this. They didn't tap this well enough. Now you got a new coaching staff. They're about to tap the heck out of this well to see if there's any oil left. They're about to see what's all in there the right way this time, man. The right way. And he ended up signing a 2-year worth as much as, this is the beautiful thing about Greer. I like how he set this up. A 2-year deal worth as much as $13 million. It ain't a $13 million deal. It ain't 6.5 per year. It's a deal worth as much as 6.5 a year. So what did we do? We basically saved about, even if he reaches his full potential and he reaches all his incentives, we saved $3 million a year. Guess who just got that extra $3 million a year? Y'all let me know in the comment section. Y'all know who got that $3 million a year. It was a part of their contract. It was a part of his contract. Xavier Howard, baby. Xavier Howard. These are the difference making deals. These are the difference making deals. This is why I was saying before, I could see him still being on this roster if they restructure. 2-year, $12 million. They end up 2-year, $13 million. But it may not go to 13. It might be 10, 11, just depend on if he reaches his incentives. And if he doesn't reach his incentives, I got to look at the base of the deal without incentives to see what he's guaranteed. I still need to look at that. But we're going to be saving tons of money. But if he reaches his full potential and we got a 2-year, $13 million, come on, guys. We just won massively. We just won massively. And let me tell you the beautiful thing about it with a player like Devante Parker. Watch this. Watch this, y'all. You know, I always say you can't pay everybody. A player like Devante Parker can go to the Pro Bowl this year and the Pro Bowl next year. 2-year Pro Bowler, right? Guess what? He can go out in this league and probably demand 12, 13, 14, 15. I mean, if you look at the $100 million deal just gave it over there with the Saints, he might be able to, given his history and injury issues, he might be able to go find $14 million a year out there for a good, solid 4-year deal. He's the type of guy that literally can get a $56 million, a 4-year, $56 million deal if he has 2,000+ yard seasons. That's a fact. But guess what? If he has 2,000 yard seasons, this guy right here would stay with the Miami Dolphins for somewhere like 4 years, $36 million. And yeah, they better guarantee a lot of it. He will actually sign, in my opinion, he would sign a deal with the Miami Dolphins on a 4-year up to $40 million. I'm saying 36, but up to $40 million. You could save $16 million on a Pro Bowl receiver if he turns out these 2 years by re-signing him. You know why? Because this exchange that happened off season showed faith that Devante wants to be here, and it showed faith that we want Devante here. And if he does it for 2 seasons and he goes to the Pro Bowl and we are successful, we get good wide receiver play, we get good running back play, we get good quarterback play, the defense gonna do what it do, we're going far. And Flores gonna see him in the office just like he probably already sat Rashad Jones in the office and say, let me make you a winner before you leave this league. And he's going to stick around and be a part of this long term and say, I was drafted here. I have an allegiance to this team. And when things got the worst for me in this NFL, the front office stuck with me. They stuck with me. This deal right here. And I want y'all long term, if it all turns out, things can crash. Who knows? But if it all turns out, I want y'all to look back at this deal right here. Look at this deal right here. And the emphasis in everything within this deal. And forget the money. The interaction between both sides. From a player who felt like he was under a regime. And the agent actually went on to say if Gase would have remained the coach, Devante wouldn't have re-signed with the Dolphins. He would not have wanted to remain with the Dolphins. This is what his agent said. And the agent went on to say his Devante was used as a scapegoat, as an excuse. And at the end of the day, this new coaching staff, and Devante actually spoke for itself recently and said, success this season is going to be 1,000 yards for me. And I think he's going to get it, y'all. If he don't get hurt, he's going to get 1,000 yards this season. 1,000 yards. I really do believe it. He's going to get 1,000 yards. And he's going to come out and say, I can help you win. 1,000 yards ain't no question you helping us win. There's no question. I mean, y'all can't disagree with that. You know what I mean? I think he's going to get that 1,000. Having a Ryan Fitzpatrick throwing the ball, he loves his big receivers. That's all he wants. Even if it was Rosen, a big body, that's good for a young player. If he goes to the Pro Bowl, somebody said he going to the Pro. If he goes to the Pro Bowl, y'all got to understand what we done did on this team. How it's bigger than football, but the front office. I mean, let's keep it 100, y'all. Let's keep it 100. Who thought Devante Parker was coming back? Coach Flores is the new coach of the Miami Dolphins, February 4th. On that day, who thought Parker was coming back? Let me know in the comment section. Let's be real. Let's be real. Tony TTC said I did. I didn't think so unless he restructured. And thank God he did. But most Dolphin fans I speak to, they didn't think he was coming back. Matter of fact, let's take it a step further. Overwhelming amount of Dolphin fans didn't want him to come back. I mean, if we want to keep it all the way 100, they didn't want him to come back. I never shared those sentiments though, because I know man. All you got to do is look at the Houston game. You know how I'm one of the main advocates of saying you can't look at one game, but in this case, all you got to do is look at the Houston game, because it's not just what he did. Because anybody can have a surprise 150-yard game, wide opens, and you got one. No, he was leaping in the air, catching balls over defenders. Deep dig routes. Middle post, all that. He was putting work in that game. Comeback routes. We saw the boy working. And you knew he had a chip on his shoulder and something to prove, because it was his first game back after Adam Gase pulled those shenanigans. And we're like, man, Devante Parker back. Hopefully he have a decent game. I don't know. I think I was even saying, maybe if he give us 70 yards, that'll be impressive. Come on, help us out. 150-something yards, doing his thing. Doing his thing, man. That game meant a lot to me to know the type of player he was. And then in the future games, you look at the schematic way that Gase was playing games, it was just trash. Devante had a lot of opportunities that were missed, whether quarterback play with Osweiler or just coaching, bad calls. Parker was the problem for Parker. You're right, Ron. But a lot of that was his injuries. He was his problem. But let's not act like Adam Gase didn't contribute to that. You know why? Parker came out and said he was healthy. His agent said he was healthy. Why Adam Gase kept listing him on the injury list? And then all of a sudden, agent called him out. Gase forced to play him. He plays 150-yard game. You're right. He's his worst enemy. And not him per se, but the injury bug. We know that. But despite all of that, man, Gase didn't help him at all. And yeah, he's healthy now. And a lot of people are saying, well, he's balling in camp right now, but ain't that the same story? Nah, this is his best camp so far. It's still the same story. He's balling out, but this is best camp so far. This is his best camp so far. And we're going to see if this translates into the regular season. Parker is actually the wild card of the season, y'all. I think I don't know if everybody can agree with it. To me, he's the wild card of the season. He is the wild card of the season, man. Think about it. In 2016 was his best year, and all he was able to put up, what was it? 2016. Let me see. Thought I had that on here. I think he had like 670 yards or something like that. Oh, no. 744 yards in 2016. He can do it. And they said, he said a successful season for him is 1,000 yards, Parker said. And they asked him why. He said, I haven't done it yet. My previous high was 744 in 2016. And I want to do it. And what I love is that our receiver coach, Carl Dorrell, he's basically been on record quoted recently saying he loves what he's seen from Parker. It's a clean slate for him. I don't want skeletons in his closet to haunt him. He's very coachable. He wants to be great. What's the knock on him outside of injuries? We can never point to Devante Parker and say anything about him and his intensity and his will to want to do well and his fire or nothing like that. I even used to question it. At this point, we can't question any of that. We need to just be respectful and stick to injuries. If we want to say anything negative about Parker, only thing that we should say is injuries. It's the only thing. He don't deserve anything else. He doesn't. Sometimes we done called him soft, but how you gonna call somebody soft because they got injured? You know? And that ain't y'all. I mean, I probably done slipped it out, man. It's a little something. No, I probably done did it before. I don't remember, but something make me feel like I probably even went down that road before with him. So at this point, if he stays healthy, we talk about all this other stuff, the running game, two-headed monsters, that's nice. You know, quarterback play, maybe we can get some good playing, we'll be straight. The defense is legit, and we got all these weapons on receiver. And we ain't thinking about, man, Parker, if he emerges as a 1,000-yard receiver, the difference that even computes in our team. Parker was arguing with me and a few other fans on Twitter last offseason. Well, I didn't know about that, man. You got to let me know, Ron, how that went. He has a soft mindset. Well, hey, who am I to judge him on that? But I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt unless I speak to him myself and get my own take on it. And I even sometimes will make an excuse for a player. When they say, you know, why would you argue with people on Twitter? You should be above that, this and that, that and this. At the end of the day, the way I look at it is you're talking about a guy who wants to be great and who wants to be above the rest, fighting with people on Twitter because he feels like his career is getting robbed by a coach. I mean, sometimes people feel they got to defend themselves because when you hear everybody and their mom talking negative and none of it's true, or they got the wrong perception, sometimes it's hard to just sit back and just take it all because sometimes people's perception becomes everyone's reality and it's unfair to the person in the middle of it all. It's so unfair. So unfair. So sometimes people hop out there and they say, no, I got to stop this bleeding because now sensible people are believing it. You know, so who knows, man? But that's what's up with the Parker story, guys. I'm actually about to go live within a few more minutes. We're going to talk about another subject that I want to talk to y'all about with this team right now. It's a good subject, so y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. This is TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. I appreciate everybody who tuning in. But we actually got 108 people in the room. That means those notifications must be really working now. And then on top of it, well, the problem is we only got 52 likes. Man, I'm sorry if y'all hate this story that I'm bringing to y'all. But I know y'all don't hate the story. Hit that like button, baby. We want to get 150 likes even on this video so y'all can help that happen by hitting the like button. And then it'll go at the top of the priority list when people search Miami Dolphins so that they can also hear about this channel and what we have to deliver over here. I appreciate everybody's love. I appreciate your support. If you want to know how to message me directly, easily on YouTube, rewatch this video at the beginning snippet. In the first 10 minutes, I explain it. The link is now in the description below of how you can message me directly and contact me directly, guys. But this TD Fans Talk, it's your boy as always. Peace!